Hey guys, this is Jerry, welcome to the channel. Today I'm driving my childhood dream vehicle. I've sat in this car multiple times when I was little, when I was young, but I've never driven this one. So this vehicle is called Volkswagen Santana. This is kind of a China exclusive vehicle at the time. They were sold in certain markets, but it never got so popular compared to the Chinese market. When I was born in the 1990s, you see this everywhere on the streets. Today we are driving an example from my wife's cousin, so this is well kept for its condition, for its driving and things like that. This vehicle was produced around 1990s to the early 2000s. Let's have a look at the exterior first. So the vehicle looks really boxy compared to any other vehicles you are seeing modern days. It's a quite different shape. At the time, it's more like a medium-sized sedan overall. Santana logo at the back, and the overside, that's the Shanghai Volkswagen, means this is produced by the Shanghai Volkswagen motor industry. So this is 14-inch alloys, really small, really tiny. Opening the boot by pressing this button over here. So it's actually got a long bed underneath, but I can't find a space saver. I'm not sure where that locates. But yeah, that's how the car looks like. We got a small little dog, company for us as well. So anyway, the car looks quite boxy. The lines are quite strange and very different from what you are going to see on the modern cars these days. But yeah, this is a cool car. This is again my childhood dream car, and it's very different. Now, this is the rear seats. They are a little bit smaller compared to all the other vehicles. It's quite different. It's not super spectacular. When I was young, I used to ride in one of these cars with my father, again, with all his colleagues at the back. And yeah, it is a small interior to be fair, but that's, again, one of the first mass-produced cars. And this is also the car that built the Volkswagen brand in China. Over the past many years, Volkswagen brand has been one of the most selling brands in China, and they've dominated the Chinese market, and you can see with this one. Yeah, that's right. So let's get the vehicle started. This is a manual version, by the way, so my manual driving isn't the greatest, so let's take a quick look. The door feels solid, that's not too bad. There is a window adjustment over here. There is window control on the driver's side as well. There is also a few window switches on the other side. The handbrake is just over here. Manual shifter, this is a 5-speed manual. Over here, that's your air conditioning controls. Surprisingly, this does have AC, so that's quite cool. And this is an aftermarket unit. It does have USB, but I don't think the previous or the generation at the time do have any music player at all. Indicators on left, windscreen wiper is on the right. I don't know why they are sitting on both angles, but they are there. And center console, everything's all plastic, but it's just to give you a classic look. You do get fuel gauges, temperature, speedo, things like that. Very traditional Volkswagen look. I think even when you reached early 2000s or even 2010s, a lot of Volkswagen Polos still carry these designs overall. Anyway, handbrake off, gears in. Let's have a quick drive. So right now we are on the countryside in the Chinese rural areas. These roads are small, so we're not going to drive fast, but we'll just give you a first-hand impression just on how this vehicle drives. Again, this is my first time driving this car. It's so old that it's probably not going to be similar against a brand new car, but it's cool for me to experience this car since this is my childhood dream car. I don't know what's your childhood dream car, but for me, for someone who was born in China, 1991, this was the car that's on the road by so many years. I've explained some other videos before. My family did not own a vehicle until like 2010, so at that time, Santana is pretty much all discontinued. There's no way to buy a brand new Santana like this for the shape of anywhere at the time. So yeah, we didn't own a Santana, so that's why I've never get to driven one. When I have my license after the 2010, I've never got an opportunity to drive this sort of vehicle. Alright, on the road, the transmission feels actually quite smooth. The shift is quite easy, like you expect from a Volkswagen vehicle, even for the age and for the kilometers. This vehicle has traveled about 145 kilometers, by the way. It's very hot in here, so let's wind the windows up. And the windows are quite strange. The triangle shape at the front over here takes a lot of spaces, and the mirrors over there is very small. For the older vehicles, they do not make the mirrors large enough to see your blind spot and things, so visibility is actually quite bad. It's not a great visibility, so to speak. And looks like we are blocked by this lady riding a scooter, so we're gonna drive just carefully behind her. Maybe a little bit horn to give her warnings. There we go. That's how you ride in China in terms of giving people's warning. There's no wind mirror from her, by the way. Again, the acceleration, this is a 1.8 liter petrol motor, no turbo of course. I believe it is 4-cylinder, and there's not much power, but it's really smooth. You don't get much hesitation when you put your foot down. That's a cool thing about natural aspirate engines. They're not fast, but quite smooth, even for the age and case. The steering is very light now. Obviously the chassis has been there for a long time, but still feels very solid. It does give you a lot of like old German cars feel when you ride this on the road. It's easy, it's cruisy, and it's not bad at all. You can also see this vehicle on the Chinese roads, by the way. If you want to buy one in China, it's still relatively accessible. There are so many aftermarket parts still available as well, even if this vehicle was discontinued nearly 20 years ago. That just shows the popularity of this sort of vehicle in the Chinese market. I never thought I would be able to drive this vehicle up until I saw this car on the driveway of my wife's cousin's family restaurant. So I was like, I need to take this for a spin. This is probably the best car I've driven today in China. I know I've driven a lot of fancy cars, but again, achieving my childhood dream is completely different. But that's it. That's the Volkswagen Santana. I'm not sure if you know anything about this car. Not sure if you are from China, and if you're watching this probably sparked your childhood dreams or childhood things. But do let me know your childhood dream car at the time, and leave me a comment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video. Subscribe, like if you enjoyed the content.